Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. As you can tell by the title, this is the harsh reality of applying to medical school at just 19 years of age. So at the undergraduate university that I'm attending, there's an early assurance program, and what that means is kind of what the name says, it's kind of self-explanatory, but you apply early for some assurance that you got a spot at the medical school that you applied to, so that when you don't get in, or if you don't get in, I should say, you can apply regular decision with the other enrollees or applicants. So in hopes of getting in a regular decision if you don't get in early. So because of this, I plan on graduating a little bit early just because of the course load that I was taking, because I was taking a couple of classes over summer. I wanted to graduate a little bit early. And on top of graduating a little bit early, I have to apply early with this assurance program. So I would normally graduate at 21 years old. I plan on graduating by 20. And then because I have to apply a year before, I actually plan on enrolling in medical school. I would actually be applying now, hoping to hear back sometime this summer into my junior year, which I guess would be my senior year with the credits I'm taking, and I'd still be 19. So because of kind of weird birthday, I'm applying at 19. I would hear back by the time I'm 20, and I guess I would be enrolled and attend once I'm 21, which is kind of weird. But that being said, there are a lot of downsides to it because of my application. I haven't actually taken the MCAT yet, so I'd be applying to medical school without my MCAT, which is one of the biggest factors you can have in your application. And that makes it really tough because obviously medical school admissions officers want to see that kind of thing, just like they would want to see a GPA. So if you don't send in your GPA or your transcript, then that would be kind of difficult for them to judge you and your academic abilities without those kinds of things. On top of that, COVID has made it really difficult for me to find clinical hours and job shadow doctors. I've done my part and reached out to a lot of doctors, and a lot of them simply aren't having students. They're not allowing them into their hospital, private practice, clinic, whatever that may be, simply because of COVID. So it doesn't matter if you're vaccinated, it doesn't matter if you're a friend of them, it doesn't matter if you're, in that close contact, or if you've already been in a healthcare setting or already had COVID yourself. It doesn't really matter, they just aren't really letting me in. So I've only been able to job shadow one doctor, and that was actually pre-COVID. So that made it really difficult. But it's tough because I also don't know if I want to do anything else. This is kind of what I want to do with my life, and I'm really dead set on applying and getting in and hoping that I can become a doctor, surgeon, whatever that may be. But up until this point, I haven't really had a midlife crisis because I've known that this is what I want to do, this is what I want to go into. But because I can't get those hours and I'm trying to apply without my MCAT, it's going to make it really difficult for admissions officers to see, the well-rounded individual that I am, because I'm not going to be able to really say that I have all those hours. If I need 100 or 150 to get myself in the average, group with the other applicants for clinical hours, and I apply with 8, 16, 24 even, I'm not going to look like I really know that I want to go into this profession because I don't have that time spent in a clinical setting. Same with getting a job. I plan on working this summer, but I have been taking classes over the past summer and only been working part-time. So it's not like I have 1,000 hours to show for all my hard work in a clinical setting, because I've been doing it part-time and taking classes part-time during the summer as well. So I haven't been able to work full-time at all. This isn't meant to be a video where I just complain about all the negative sides of applying to medical school, because obviously there's a lot of things that go into it, and a lot of things can be a deciding factor, not just one simple thing. So even if I don't apply with my MCAT, or if I do later and get a lower score, that's not going to be the deciding factor, because there are a lot of things. It very well could be, but there are a lot of things that go into it. That doesn't mean, just my MCAT or just my GPA is going to be that deciding factor, and if I get in or if I don't get in. One of the other negative sides is with this early assurance program, you can only apply to a couple schools, and there are only a couple that are associated with my undergraduate university, and I'm only picking one of those, so there are 4 or 5 total that I could potentially apply to. But obviously those admissions officers want that to be your top choice, because if you get in, you're guaranteed that spot, you have to go there. So it's not like I got in to all 5 places that I applied to, and now I have to attend all 5, because that's not really feasible. It's not probable. So what I would have to do is apply to maybe 2, and then I would just really kind of burn my bridges at one university and attend the other one for medical school. But that being said, I am only applying to one in hopes that I can get into that one, get that early assurance, and then I'd be fine and set. And as long as I get a certain score on my MCAT, that would be kind of my last substituent, or I guess my last thing in getting in. So they might say, you have a great GPA, you have great extracurriculars and stuff like that, but because you can't submit your MCAT score, if you get above a certain score on the MCAT, then you're given that seat. Whereas if they say I need a 510 on the MCAT and I get a 505, but they like everything else, then I would just reapply regular decision, and I wouldn't be given that seat in the early assurance program. That being said, I'm still working on everything. Still taking a lot of classes. I got a bunch of other videos coming out, or at least planned. Only one in the works right now. I'm actually editing besides this video, but there's a lot that I plan on having in the future. So that being said, definitely you don't want to miss out on the journey. So if you did enjoy, I guess drop a like on the video, and if you want to continue to follow my journey as an undergraduate student through the application process, learn a couple of things as a pre-med going into medical school, hopefully. Then subscribe to the channel as well so you don't miss out on any of those future videos. Other than that, I will see you all in the next one. Peace.